Okay, so if you're curious about AI and jobs, like what's really happening on the ground, not just the big headlines, then this deep dive is definitely for you. Today, our mission is basically to follow one person's journey. Leo. He's 53, a logistics manager, and automation just completely turned his world upside down.
Yeah, and Leo, he wasn't just ticking boxes, He was more like the conductor of his distribution center. For like 20 years, his whole expertise was almost auditory. He knew the place by its specific hum.
That's a great way to put it, the hum.
He could literally feel the evening rush starting up just through the floor. That kind of human sense, that qualitative feel, that was his real value.
Right, that deep experience. And that hum started changing pretty fast when the first automation wave hit. The sources call it the boom. It started with something called Optima. Just a slick dashboard, really, sold purely on boosting productivity.
And it worked initially. It streamlined things, inventory flow got better. Leo actually, he got a performance bonus that quarter.
So at first, it felt more like a tool, an enhancement maybe, not really a threat.
Exactly. But, well, the evolution was fast. Relentless, you could say. Optima 2.0 came along. And that started replacing people talking to each other with automated voice routing.
Ah, okay, so taking the human communication out bit by bit.
Precisely. And then Optima 3.0 arrived. And that brought in the robots. Super efficient, unnervingly quiet robots.
Yeah.
That was the real job automation point. It didn't just tweak the process. It basically removed the need for Leo's team to even interact with them.
And systemically, this is where you see the bigger picture emerge, and it's pretty stark. The company did fantastically well. Profits shot up, really concentrated at the top.
Huge profit concentration.
Yeah.
But that happened while the actual floor staff were just disappearing.
Yeah. And when Leo was eventually let go, I mean, it wasn't just about losing a job. He kind of became a data point in this growing economic inequality driven by that rapid automation. The human cost was real. You saw actual social disruption in his community because of these changes.
It was a classic overshoot, as the sources frame it. Too far, too fast, without thinking through the consequences. But, the story doesn't just end there in despair. There was this glimmer of hope. It came through education, reskilling.
Okay, so how did that happen?
Well, his daughter actually found a state grant for a program called Tech Transition.
Wait, so they didn't just send him off to learn Python or something? It wasn't a coding boot camp?
No, and that's super important. It wasn't about coding. The certificate was in automated systems management. The focus was entirely different.
Yeah.
It was on design and critique.
Design and critique.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Leo started to realize, okay, this AI, it's incredibly fast with data, sure, but it's also kind of stupid about real-world context. Like, it doesn't know when the air feels like snow is coming, which completely changes how truck drivers behave, or, how the pressure of a specific holiday rush just breaks all the normal data patterns.
That human nuance. So he had to sort of relearn his value. That must have been incredibly difficult, like unlearning an identity.
Oh, it was brutal. He described it as a rebirth, but an agonizing one. A full year of just grinding, staring at simulation code late at night. But the breakthrough came when he started applying his old conductor's ear, to the design itself.
So?
He'd look at a simulation output and say, no, wait, this model, it's wrong. It's not factoring in the friction when drivers hand off loads. The AI needs a physical buffer zone right there, otherwise the whole system jams up. He was essentially teaching the machine using his decades of lived experience.
Wow. So that messy real-world knowledge, that became his new skill. That's what led to the soft landing scenario the sources talked about.
Exactly. He didn't end up back on the warehouse floor. He got hired by an AI design firm. His new title, get this, operational ethicist and systems designer.
From conductor to composer, that's quite a shift.
It really is. He became the composer. His job was now about guiding the AI's core capabilities,
Right.
teaching the intelligence how to actually use that qualitative knowledge, the hum he used to feel. He became the human bridge, connecting the lived reality of logistics to the algorithm's cold logic.
So Leo basically raced against the engine of automation. And the engine of his own renewal, his own adaptation, won out in the end. And maybe for you listening, the big takeaway here isn't just go learn some tech skills. It's about recognizing where your unique, human, experience-based insight is crucial, where it's needed to actually guide the people building these systems.
Right. The pivot isn't about becoming more like the machine. It's about figuring out how to be the essential human element that designs what the machine should be doing.
Yeah.
So where is your conductor's ear needed? Where can your experience shape the next wave of automation? That's really the question Leo's journey leaves us with.